Good morning. We're going to be drawing a dragonfly today. So I hope you will join me as I hopefully prepare to get ready to draw a dragonfly. Let's see. I did notice though, however, on the screen that it's not as pretty as I thought a dragonfly should be. Dragonflies might not be as pretty, I don't know. So, let's go ahead and start off with this dragonfly. Good night. Got this thing in my way. I tell you, getting this video is getting harder and harder. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off on drawing this dragonfly. Like I said, it's not as pretty as we all make it out to be. So, keep that in mind. Okay, step one, looks like we just do a circle, basic circle. Remember, we start off with basic shapes, basic lines. Now, an oval is a circle that's kind of flattened, right? Now, this is the head part of the dragonfly. And you notice I'm making lots of lines. It doesn't matter, right? I'm going to go back and erase these off to the side. And this is going to be the tail part, right, of the dragonfly. So you see it has kind of three parts to it. Let's see if I can get that straighter on there. Okay, now we're going to draw the legs that go off of the... And I think this head is going to drive me nuts until I get that little marks off of there. Because I wanted that one to be circular and the other one to be oval. Okay, kind of like that. Okay, let's go ahead and start drawing the legs. You go up, kind of like a backward L, and then over. So again, on the same thing, up and out. Didn't know that they had these creepy looking legs on there, right? And from the same spot, here and over, and from this spot, we don't need that little extra little hand part on that. And then the bottom of this top part of the body, okay, something like that. Looks like an ant right now. Doesn't even look like a dragonfly. But again, like I tell most kids, it's not gonna look like it's supposed to till toward the end. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're going to put the wings on his back. So those are the legs on the bottom, but we're gonna do the wings. We'll probably put them about midway on each side, right? So again, this is gonna be a very large, kind of like a teardrop shape, an oval maybe, right? And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Whoosh. Okay, that one's a lot bigger. We're going to try to keep them relatively the same size, even though I'm going crazy on one. And okay, so this line here, I'll probably take off because I want it to be a little bit more equal. Okay, now the next step. Next step, computer, is to add the bottom wings. So they are going from the bottom wings, they're kind of connecting these two parts right here. This is going to go straight out, okay? Kind of in that area. Again, like I said, we're not too concerned with too many lines right now because I can always get my whiteout or your eraser or whatever to fix it up, right? Yeah. Could be a little chunkier. I would think that you had to be a little chunkier on the wings in order to get them to fly, right? Okay. let's see the next one. The next one is now they're going to this ugly, disgusting little face. So let's go to the ugly face here, over here, okay? So we're going to go up toward this insect's head. Okay, the dragonfly eyes, they look kind of funny. They're kind of like a tadpole looking shape, right? Kind of like if you're doing a bubble letter C, right? And then you go on the other side, same thing. It's kind of a weird looking eyeball on this. Kind of would go a little bit thinner at the bottom. So what I might want to do is get out my whiteout and white out that part in there. Oh gosh, now they're getting real specific. Okay, so now in between these two here, what they want is kind of like the letter M shape. I didn't know we were going to go this detailed. I would have drawn it a little bit bigger. And then they have the eyeballs, looks like eyeballs that come off to the side after that M shape. Okay. And you can add another line in there. That's getting real specific there. And then they have something coming out like that. It definitely looks like an insect, but I'm not sure. You know, like I said, it's probably not as beautiful as we make them out to be. Now, it wants me to do something in between these two tadpole shapes. So I'm going to have to go back and give myself a little bit more room right here, because I did those a little too much, right? So what I'm going to do now, besides wait for it to dry for a second, I'm going to make that line that I didn't like. I'm going to erase that line. Okay, so what we're going to do from here should be about dry. I don't know why this person or this artist is going in such detail on the head. I don't know. I'm just looking at the video, or not the video, the picture of it. Here we need like a rainbow looking thing, right? And then a bottom part of this rainbow. Okay, so we have, I really wish I knew what kind of parts these were on this, because it kind of looks like a queen if you look at it with the M and the, I have no clue. I don't know why they want us to close up on the face. I thought the bug was close enough, Okay, let's see what we got doing next here. Okay, now they want us to start separating. Thank goodness we're done with this head area here. Now they want us to go back and separate the wings a bit. So we're going to draw an oval inside of this oval, the real big oval we did, right? And this one's going to get thinner. So 2 ovals. See there? So that's kind of how the wings are. The wings are kind of, sectioned out. And we're going to go to this side. Right? And then we're going to section off this other one. Okay? Kind of looks even weirder than what I was looking before, right? Okay, now let's do the same thing to the bottom. We're going to add this section in here. This might be what gives dragonflies its unique look, is this different parts internally in their wing there. Okay, and then we need another part here that goes smaller. So kind of like a tree, you're going to go from bigger to smaller. Okay. Kind of like that. Okay, now the bottom wings, they want us to add a little bit more detail on there. So we're going to go here, we're going to drop it down, and then we're going to do a little bump right here, not much. And then bring it back toward the center. This, I'm thinking that they're going to have to do the same thing on the other side, right? So here, you can go down, get your little bump here, and space it out just like that. Okay? So, I think this is more on this dragonfly than on what I knew or what I wanted to know about dragonflies, but I will. Now, actually, I could read some of the parts that's underneath and it'll teach me what it is. But right now it says, use the oval under the head as a guide to draw the dragon's thorax. Draw a curved line at the top to connect the thorax to the head. So we are going underneath. This is the thorax, right? So what we're going to do here is we're going to make a like half and half, right? And we're going to draw another half right over here. So it looks like, that looks like two big bug eyes on there for me. Okay, now we're going to draw. This is really weird. Draw from the top here, and it kind of, I don't know, looks like a big nose coming down, right? So here we had to do all that fancy schmancy stuff to the head part. Now the thorax, we're having to do that as well. From here, we're going to draw circles or ovals going out. And I'm assuming this is all going to make it look, realistic at the end. And then what we're going to do is inside of this one, they want me to keep this triangle shape here, but then they want me to do a circle. Doesn't that look like someone squinting with glasses or something going, ooh, I'm not sure. Anyway, I wonder if the people think this. This must be a insect guy that does this or something, I'm not sure. Okay, well, now they shrunk his legs in. So that's no problem for us, like I was telling you before. You're going to add that second line and over. So you see what I did over there is that when they did their initial sketch, they did the guidelines, and the guidelines they drew were too big. So it doesn't matter if I make them a little bit smaller. Because our artist people like to go back and do things differently, and it's kind of weird. Okay, now we're going to go with the lower one right here. So they're switching the arms on me for some reason. I don't know why. And up. So I'm just going to add that in a little bit. Maybe that it's make the legs thicker and darker. Okay, because I think what they're going to do here is they're going to give us that perspective, that depth. They want you to think that the wings are see-through, right? So what we're doing is we're going in there and we're darkening these legs so that when we have someone look at the artwork, they're going to say, oh, wow, I can see those are the legs that are on the dragonfly, right? And then this one here, they really changed this arm up. I don't know why. Leg, arm, whatever it is on the bug, right? See how it kind of goes down, up, and a little down, up. My little up didn't go up very, very much. Right here. I still think it looks like a queen bee or something like that. Okay, now we're going to go over, out, up, and over. Now I'm going to have to shorten this again, see, kind of like the other side, because when they initially drew it, they drew those long arms. So I like that art. You get to go back and you get to say, okay, well, I didn't like it that long, so I'm going to go back and switch it around. Okay, now we're going to go on to the body. Okay, this is the abdomen. So what we're going to do here is it looks like you're going to draw a line right down the middle. Okay, and then what you're going to do is, looks like pretty easy. You're just going to, and again, they thin this one out too. I have my guidelines in here, and my guidelines are saying, well, it needs to be kind of thick. Well, then they go back around and they're saying, no, it doesn't need to be that thick. So, I'm going to go like this, right? And give him a little bit of an abdomen diet, like we all need. I'm going to erase these eyeballs. They're staring at me and I can't take it. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go across each section. It looks like they want a little bit of a curve, not much. Okay, so just go, take your time. No rush, especially now with the virus pandemic. There's no rush to anything. And then let's see, we go, and at the very bottom, this is funny. At the bottom, they have, please tell me this is not teeth or anything of the sort, but this is little bump on the bottom. I'm sure that's a reproductive organ or something. I don't know. I just know that it's weird. Okay. Okay. Time to move on. Okay, a little bit of curve there at the top. Boy, this is really a detailed dragonfly. I appreciate that I get to go into depth in some of these because some of these drawings I've never looked at one that close. Maybe I never wanted to look at one that close. Now it's telling us, okay, now we're going to go define some of the wings here. So what they want you to do in this, oh, look at this, and I even have this set up from yesterday. If you're using a pen like me, you can go and add water. Okay, now look at how I'm defining this. I'm saying, okay, here's a wing here. Then I'm going to go back on the other side. There's a wing. Kind of looks like they're parachuting or something, holding the wing up or something. And then they need a lower wing. So it's just showing us the different parts of a dragonfly. And I'm assuming there's one over here. Yeah, real light. Okay. So I pulled out where I want on my wings. Again, I'm going to go back and erase these lines that they showed me and then they didn't use. There you go. Again, it's pretty easy. Get your eraser out. You always have that handy, right? Now let's go to the bottom wings. Now the upper wings, it looks like it had, like this oval and then an extension off here. Well, the bottom wings are going to go the opposite way. They're going to go here and down. Okay. There and down. Then we got another one coming here and down. Right. It's looking a little bit more. I'm still the face is just killing me here, I'm telling you. And then the last section down. Okay. So I'm defining the wings of this dragonfly. Okay. Now let's go look on the other side. We're going to go here, again going down. And I can see why they had us draw the legs really dark. Because you want to be like you're looking down at this butterfly, or at this dragonfly, right? And then we're going to go one more. There we go. And then it looks like, ooh, they want like little lines on these ones. So again, like the hatch marks, right? We're just going to go ding, 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 ding. Draw little hatch marks to give it some texture. Obviously, we need some texture on this guy. And let's go to the other side. Just little itty bitty lines. We don't need to get too crazy. Like Bob Ross would get crazy and put a happy tree right in the middle of his picture. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, what's he doing? Okay, and then let's go to the lower wings. I don't know if this is just the main part of the wing, the main bone structure, and that's why they need that a little bit more strong than they do the other one. But like I said, I'm going to go back, and I am so excited to use my water on this, because this would be perfect for the water, right? Now, to me, it should have more veins in there. I always thought they had more veins, but I think this is what the veins. So what we can do is we can add a couple little lines to suggest that the wings have veins in them, or little parts that are there, right? It's yeah, the head is throwing me, so I don't know why they had us draw so much of a structured head. I didn't know. Okay, and then the abdomen again comes down. Okay, people, I'm gonna add my water, and you're gonna see how cool. And like I said before, I hope you guys, are trying this along with me. I know that I go back and I get between 75 and 100. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take out my water. Well, let's hope I take out my water. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Little bit of water, not much, right? But watch this. This is so fascinating. And the little things in life that fascinate me, I guess. And we're going to go over the top, so we're going to make it look like, isn't that cool? This looks transparent. Let's do it to another wing here. Again, real lightly. You don't have to go crazy. But you see how we made those hatch lines up top, and then how it aids to it looking transparent when you add the water in there. Okay, so look how nice that looks. I have it's funny because I have a studio, and on the studio I have my different sections of mediums, and one of them is ink, and I have like a bamboo brush to brush with, and I have different color of inks and stuff. And it's funny because I go through phases. I'll go through, I like doing pastels, or I like doing pencils, or and I end up using different medias at different times. Well, this must be my time for my ink washes. Okay, now let's see what they want to do with the body. Okay, I'm gonna have to pick up my pen again, because here they want us to do lines. Okay, I don't know if they want us to get a little bit of contour in there. I don't know if it's just because they want texture in there. I'm not sure what this artist was thinking. I just know that that's what they want me to do. Okay, and then they have this all darkened in. Okay, and then that eye area, I don't know if this is just the head area and then this is the eyes. I don't know, they're spooky looking. And then if you, even spookier, they want you to add lines going off of them. Since it's a bug. They definitely look a lot happier flying around than the close-up depiction of them. Right? So let's just go back and shade in some of this parts. Yeah, he's kind of scaring me. I think the head is what's throwing me. Now, since the head, again, the artist that I'm looking at that did this picture beforehand, they switched. So the head on the drawing that I'm looking at now is more of not so much a round circle. And if you were watching at the beginning, I did a round circle. But now they want a flattened oval on the head. So maybe it won't look so much like a queen on that part or something like that. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and give this a little bit of water. Oh, look at it go. Right? Up here. I really wanted to keep the wings, real transparent. Like, I actually have a white ink that I could go over the top and do the veins, and it'd be really cool. But let's go back and work on this really strange head that I'm not liking. Okay, again, it's going to be a flattened oval, whereas at the beginning they told us it was going to be a circle. Right? And then it goes up to the peak. So the little beady eyes on this thing. And then they have the little mark on the inside. That teardrop shape. Okay, I don't know. I just think they're creepy looking creatures. Okay, so I'm going to connect the head here. I think next time I see one outside, I'm going to have to pick it up and make sure that they have all these marks that this person is telling me to do. Now, of course, you can add background, you know, onto what you're drawing. Maybe it doesn't look so queeny now or something. I don't know. But, you know, like we did the other day. Let me show you the cherry blossom. Here. That would be something good to add on to the back of that, right? All you do is your basic, you know, go out to the sides. You know, you don't have to do anything, you know, super special. But given this dragonfly a place to land, I know they like water, right? So you can just draw a simple little thing like this on your dragonfly. Where did I put my dragonfly? Here it is. Lily pads are another thing I've seen that they put on dragonflies. Let's see, what else can I do on there? I always do trees. Me and the trees. So I'm going to put like this dragonfly, maybe he's flying above this wooded marsh land, right? Again, it's your world as an artist, and people just view it. In a minute. So I'm going to draw just to indicate that this is something that's outside. Don't want this creepy thing. Although I like dragonflies. So I'm kind of disheartened that's what's happening, is that they have all these funny looking parts. Although I have to say, we saw a snake the other day in my backyard, and it was a bull snake, and they are just so pretty. And I'm so glad it was a non-poisonous a snake, and they don't really attack they don't get mad just to get mad. But the patterns were just beautiful on it. And I think like this bug is better seen at a distance than it is up close. Because, you know, if you're looking away from this, it's like, oh, that's nice. It's, you know, far away. Whereas, right? Whereas, when you get up close, you see these beady eyes and you see these weird looking patterns. But it was really neat on that snake that I was doing the other day. All right. So again, I'm going to go back through and just outline my wings here. Give them a little bit of definition. I'll probably go back later with my white ink and add a little bit more detail to make it stand out a little bit more. Like that. I think the wings on a dragonfly are a little bit larger than what this person is telling me. And even if I do decide that, I can go back and say, oh, okay, well, I want this a little bit longer. Well, sure, add on to that wing. You know, they're in sections anyway. So what I could do is I can just add on to the ends, because in my interpretation of a dragonfly, their wings are larger, right? So what I can do is I can extend this out. Now this is not what the person I'm looking at on their video or their drawing of a dragonfly. They don't have this extension out there. But I'm thinking that, you know, dragonflies have got to be prettier looking. So I'm going to grab that little bit of water, and I'm going to blend it in here. But look how cool that is when you blend it in and you leave that transparent look in there. It's very cool. I think I'm going to kind of maybe soften this ugly head looking thing. There. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I like the dragonfly. He was better in my imagination. Also, like I said, when you go back around and you outline, give the details on here, you can also, like I just did with the wing, I was like, well, I think it'd look better with bigger wings. I also think it's going to look better with a thinner abdomen. So as an artist, even if you're following another artist, you can still say, well, that's your interpretation. I'll do my own interpretation of what a dragonfly looks like. And I really don't want mine to be scary. That just kind of like ruins everything. See? And actually, another thing, the head bugs me. I know they want us to have a big head with details on it, but I think if I cut off a little bit of the head here, right, I think that will help me and help this creature not look so scary. Yeah, maybe. It still looks like a queen. Look at the crown on the top of the head. Let's blend that in, shall we? So let's go in here and blend this little crowny looky thing. Right? Right? So then I can go back and shape the head. I liked it smaller and more roundish than I did what the other artist did. The other artist liked the flattened oval. But I think you look better as smaller. And then I can go back around here and say, okay, well, if I do want to still give it a little bit of texture, again, you go with the bumps, right? And then you go back alongside. Now, I know a lot of you watch, but you guys don't try it. You really, I think art is for everyone, and I think you need to give it a whirl. I did notice that on, when I go back to look at the videos later on in the day, there are usually about 75 to 100 views of each of these videos later on, because you can look at it later on and say, oh gosh, I want to, go step by step. I don't want to go as fast as I go. But I would definitely like to see some of these videos or some of these pictures that you end up doing, even if it doesn't look, like this one is kind of just kind of weird looking to me, right? I'm sure it does look like, a dragonfly, but just like I said, all of us have our own interpretation of what things look like. And I guess I just didn't need to know that much detail on the head and the abdomen, because I just kind of was like, ooh, he's an ugly bug. Like walking sticks or whatever have you. There are prettier bugs and there are uglier bugs, and bugs you want to stay pretty. So kind of like that. This is more of my interpretation because I liked him a little bit slimmer down. Maybe he's floating around looking for a place to land, right? You can put like a big tree, maybe do a mountain in the background, right? And then these guys like water, so you can always go and draw like a little S line here like that, and then draw small to large, and you can say this guy already got a drink of water and he's going back off to his home or whatever. So again, it's your own interpretation of what we're doing. So I hope you guys liked it, and thank you all for watching. And I know there's going to be a lot of people watching later on and not right now, and I hope to see you again tomorrow, and we will be doing another different aspect in this book. So God bless and stay safe. Thanks. Bye.